Let's see, how much time do I have? I have an hour. I think I can get them done before the rest of the day gets going. Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. My name's Leanne. I noticed that there are quite a few new subscribers, so thank you so much for joining me on my little gardening adventure channel. I'm having so much fun with this. In this video, I am planting out my seed potatoes. I bought the red Norland seed potatoes from Haas Tools, and I did a tiny bit of research on it, and I read the info sheet that they have on their website of how to plant them. It says that you want to cut them up with at least 1 to 2 eyes per piece several days before you plan on planting them out. Now I got them a couple of weeks ago. They were sitting on my counter for a week, and then I cut them up, and then it rained like crazy for like a solid week. And so they've been sitting on my counter cut up for a week, and I'm hoping that they'll still be okay. This is what the potatoes look like a day after I cut them. So they're pretty dried out. As you can see, pretty dried out. This one doesn't look as much. I mean, they're not moist at all. I'll check back in a couple of days. All right, these are what the seed potatoes look like a little over a week, maybe a week and a half since I cut them up, because I cut them up and then we got a ton of rain. And I wasn't sure, but I didn't think it was a good idea to plant them out right when it was supposed to rain. These two fused together. There we go. So they're pretty shrinky-dinky, and I think that's what you want though. The website says to cut them up several days before you plant them out. This one has a little bit of mold on it. I'm not sure that's okay. But, oh, this one does too. Not sure that's okay. I usually like to get my videos out earlier on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. This week, I was planning on uploading a video on how I set up my irrigation system. I've been working on that for the past week. I started it last week before we got all that rain that everybody else got, all the cold weather. We just got a bunch of rain, and I couldn't work on it while it was raining. So I didn't get the video done as much as I wanted to, and then I ended up realizing that I don't have the right parts. So I need to return a bunch of pieces to Lowe's, and I'm waiting on a bunch of pieces to come in the mail that I ordered, and I'm pretty sure after that comes, I'll be able to set it up, do my DIY video, and get it up for you guys. I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So much easier to have an irrigated garden. But for this video, we are planting my seed potatoes out. I got the red Norland seed potatoes from Haas Tools, and I'm pretty excited. I was gonna plant them here, but I changed my mind. I'm gonna plant them in my raised beds instead. Wind is blowing my bangs all over the place. I left my tripod over here. I left my tripod over here, and it'll help me have less wobbly videos, so I'm gonna get it. Let's see. There we go, tripod. Let's go back to the garden. Oh, Teddy, you're so majestic. Back to the garden we go. Plant our potatoes in these two beds. I think I'll have enough space. We'll see. Oh my goodness, it's super windy. Thank goodness it's not cold anymore. Is about 2.5 feet wide and 8 feet long. I watched the Garden Answer video on how to do this, and I read the little info sheet on, ooh, it's windy, blowing the camera around. And I read the info page on Haas Tools website for how to plant these. So you want to cut them up a couple of days before. I probably cut them up too soon. They're starting to rot. So I think the pieces that are rotting, oh, thank you. The pieces that are rotting, I'm not going to plant. I'll keep those out. There's not a whole lot of them that are rotting, but some of them are pretty bad. I mean, they look all right. I'll keep the ones that are really bad out. Okay. It's just a handful of them. So you want the eyes to face up, and you want them to be planted 4 to 6 inches deep. Okay, it's about 4 inches. Make a furrow. I'm gonna plant them about 4 to 6 inches apart also. Probably more like 6 inches. Earthworm. Hello. I'm sure there's a tool that would make this easier. I am taking the woman behind the Garden Answer channel. I forget her name. I'm taking her advice. She suggests raised beds for potatoes because they like light soil with a lot of room to grow down, obviously because they are part of the roots. I was going to plant them here, but I don't think there's quite enough depth for root veggies to be grown there. So this is what I did. I'm gonna put 2 rows of potatoes. Probably have to use that bed too, but that is quite all right. Right. So, kind of want to move it over a little bit. I've got potatoes in here right now. Covering them with 4 inches of dirt. I'm gonna have it kind of mound up around them too. Another tip is that I learned from Haas Tools. You want to till them up every so often. I'm glad that I researched this ahead of time because if it said eyes up, I would have thought they needed to go down. Look at that. Gross, not using that guy. The eyes. My only experience with potato growing was I grew sweet potatoes last year, and I bought slips off of somebody. I bought slips off of somebody from Facebook and planted them. Did hardly anything to them. I think maybe I dusted them with diatomaceous earth once or twice, and then just let them go. Watered them a couple of times, but really didn't water them that much. And I think for that amount of work, a good amount of sweet potatoes.
Mommy?
Yeah?
So you gardening?
Yeah, I'm gardening. Feels like it's gonna rain. I'm gonna get this other bed planted out. Okay, I'm gonna get this bed planted out now, and then we'll call it good. As far as I've gathered, I did not do a ton of research on this, but as far as I've gathered, raised beds are better than in the ground if you have really hard soil, which I do. My soil's very heavy with clay and sand. So I planted them in my raised beds. Check out my videos on how I filled up my raised garden beds very inexpensively. 2 rows in this one, and I got about half of my seed potatoes stuck in this bed, and hopefully I'll be able to get the rest in that bed. Super excited. Teddy, are we ready to finish up? Oh. Stay tuned to the content of my channel. I'm going to be putting up a DIY irrigation setup video soon. I'm waiting on a couple of things in the mail, and as you can see, this trench behind me is the start of it. I haven't been able to finish it because of the rain, but it is in the works. I'm so excited. Thank you so much again, guys. If you need a friend to learn how to garden with, I'm your girl. Happy gardening. Bye.